Welcome to Maslow Tarot. I'm here to do your reading for a deep dive for the rest of December. We're going to see who we're reading for. We've already done some of the signs. I have a feeling Pisces or Virgo is going to come out. Nope, Gemini. All right. We have not done Gemini yet, so let's get... I know it looks really weird, but it is Gemini. All right, Gemini. Let's get you some themes for the month. We've got harmony, obedience, intention, and an adventure. Okay. Harmony with obedience. So it's kind of like doing the right thing, but also taking some risks. Taking some risks with it. All right. Forgive me for the view. You might not be able to see the cards very well. Still trying to figure out how to use my iPhone instead of the webcam. Okay, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And don't forget to like and subscribe now that you're here. Show the channel some love. Once we get to 500 subscribers, we will be doing a drawing for one of my intention candles. You can actually see them on the shop. The link is in the description below. All right, let's see for Gemini. What was your energy at the beginning of the month or coming into December? Three of Cups. This feels like, okay, celebration with friends. Kind of like carefree adventure. Having some fun. Making sure that you're balancing fun with work. Major event that happened in December, or that is happening in December. I'm not going to take those. One card for major event. One card for major event for Gemini. What is happening for Gemini in December? All right, Five of Swords. You also got the Eight of Wands. Something happening very quickly. That kind of broke something here. There is just no moving forward with this. It's lost a lot of hope. This could have been information coming in that kind of destroyed a dream that you had or idea of healing. Page of Swords in reverse, bad news. Queen of Pentacles in reverse because something might be too expensive. Okay, but let's see. We're going to stick with Five of Swords. Five of Swords is, it's kind of like being on the wrong side of the truth because you're using the truth to win. Not necessarily thinking about the other parties or their points of view. You might be right, but what are you willing, how are you willing to be right? Like, is this a battle worth risking your friends or worth your connections? But it does look like you could potentially lose some support, but you also still have, you might not have many people around you, but the people you do have are damn worth it. Or realizing who your supporters are. Feels kind of dark, not gonna lie, but not necessarily bad, right? Feels kind of protective. People involved. Who's involved in this situation? The Knight of Swords in reverse. Someone who says things without thinking. Somebody very reckless. Queen of Wands. Maybe somebody who's jealous, right? Someone who looks at you and kind of doesn't like that you're getting all this attention. Someone who likes to take you down a notch, right? I'm getting like they focus really hard on one thing. And whether that be something that makes them happy, it could also be something that just, that's their leverage that they have. Kind of manipulative in social situations, honestly. So you could be dealing with a really manipulative person that speaks before they think, gets ahead of themselves, thinks they know everything. Yeah. And that event involves probably an argument. I don't see them saying sorry anytime soon. You might have had to protect yourself with all the past, with all the truth that you already know about this person in order to really stand up for yourself. But the people over here are proud of you. Or this could just be a friendship. These are the three people and they just kind of like don't like how you handle the situation, if this is you or this is somebody in your energy. So just be careful how you handle things. Mercury's in retrograde, communication's getting misunderstood. things might come off the way that you mean them at this time. All right. And what do you need to know? So you are walking away. Someone will help you get through this. So no matter how alone you feel, there is somebody still that you can trust that's by your side. But it's time to kind of take what you can and move on, or you're thinking about it. Strengths and weaknesses for December. But it does look like you're ready to move on, or you might be helping somebody out of a really hard situation, some of you. Strengths, Pisces, High Priestess energy. You feel the vibe. You knew this was coming. You knew it was a matter of time. Weaknesses. What was your weakness with regards to this? 9 of Wands. It's almost like there wasn't any communication. It was all action, almost like passive aggressiveness. So while you could see this coming with the High Priestess energy, you also felt the need to constantly defend yourself and defend this relationship. It's kind of taking a look at your own actions too. Like maybe you fed into it, maybe there was a different way you could have handled it. Kind of just look, I don't see any grief about it, but I do see like it's something that you're thinking about. But it could be something worth thinking about. So probable outcome for December for Geminis. 10 of Cups. Realizing that you're just fine. It's okay for to lose these connections and friendships because you still have everything you need. You probably have a happy home. Maybe you have some children, or you have a nice family where really all you need is each other. It's really not so bad, right? But everything's going to turn out. There's going to be a wish fulfillment here. And then something that you should remember. Something that you should remember for December. Oops, I need to flip that back over. 4 of Cups peeking its head out. Feels like try not to get stuck focusing on one way that things went or could have went. The Moon. So remembering, I feel like this is how far you've come. Like you're at a milestone. Things haven't been easy. You had to struggle to get here. You had to be in survival mode for a while. You've had some obstacles, but you can still see that the obstacles aren't over. They're overcoming, but you might be handling your obstacles differently now. You see yourself and how you actually act in your uncertainties and fears. So that's just something to remember for December. As things become uncertain, you are exactly where you need to be with this 10 of Cups energy. You're not alone. You don't have to worry about survival mode. For a few of you. All right, end of December. What does the end of December look like? All right, end of December, you could be getting an answer. Somebody could be making a decision. There could be a King of Swords coming into your life. I feel like you're going to be appointed in charge of something, or going to be asked what you think. You're going to be evaluated. There's going to be an evaluation by the end of the month. And it's going to feel like you're under the spotlight. It feels like 2 Cups in reverse. 8 of Swords. So, bottom of the deck, overall energy, we have death energy. That's transformation. Freeing yourself from the fear of change. Tower in reverse. Again, it's not so bad. Everything's happening as it should. Okay, so with this energy, the end of December, we have the King of Swords coming in. Potentially a partnership or a friend that you're separating from. They could be an air sign. Right? Libra, what is it? Libra, Aqua, Virgo, Libra, Aqua. Wow. Gemini, you. This could be you, Gemini. Taking the words and maybe delegating. Somebody might think you're bossy, or you tell them what to do, or you over talk them. So just be careful with that, some of you. And then 8 of Swords, you could get all wrapped up in your head. thinking. The only wands I'm seeing are right here, right? The 9 of Wands over here. It's like preconceived notions leading you to action for some of you. So based on your vibe and like what you know, like it's actually guiding your action more than you think, or more than you like to admit. But then we have the King of Swords, making a decision. This friendship is over. This connection is over. We're going to separate for a little bit. This relationship isn't working for me. I'm just confused all the time. And then you're not sure if you're making the right decision. All right, let's take a look at that a little bit more. So by the end of December, some of you could actually take the blindfold off and see that you're in a self-imposed prison. Maybe this pattern that you're seeing in somebody else actually is a little piece of you. So that is only a couple of you. I'm getting damsel in distress vibes. So, or a feeling of wanting to be rescued. Also, I'm getting thoughts becoming bigger than what they actually have the power. Like you're giving these thoughts way too much power. And it gets overwhelming to where you feel like potentially you need to be saved, or you like to wipe the slate clean. So again, that's a couple different groups. See where you resonate, and just remember the little tokens that we got from the tarot. And then we're going to go into let's see. Let's get you some self-care cards for December. What does Gemini need to know for self-care? Some ideas for self-care for December. Oh, passion. There's a lot that came out, so I'm just going to take the top one. So we got the fiery heart of passion here. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Reconnecting with that dark place. Light it up a little bit. The place that makes you feel kind of like a bad girl. Or feeling like you're not being obedient, right? There's that adventurous spirit. But finding that sweet, sweet balance. You might be wanting to take a different path as far as like what's expected of you, what people always expect of you. It's self-care to try something a little different. Like if it gets you all excited, you know, maybe it's time to take that step forward. Okay. You know, we haven't done these. Oh. Love and self-esteem. Okay. What does Gemini need to know for December? Geminis. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. This feels like a little bit shaking of confidence. So we got that orange energy, the orange chakra, right? So that's your power. That's your, what is it? Your solar. It could even be your sacral. And that's where you could feel deep grief. That's womb energy as well. So appreciating something for what it gives you, for what it is. I'm getting this like urge to, if you're wanting something really, really bad, it's almost like pretend like you already have it. And then finances. Again, you could be expecting a big hit to your finances this month with that the moon card. So just be wary, make sure you're not, you know, overspending on things that you don't necessarily need, if that's the case. And then adult children, you might have some sort of situation with a mother or other siblings if you guys are all grown. I feel like they don't see you for who you truly are because they don't see you all the time. So it's like you could potentially get looked at like you're still a little child if you're like the youngest. But I think you guys are going to have to come together for something this month. New career. Every ending leads to a new beginning. And I feel like it might come in fast. Some of you will hear about a new job opportunity. Regret wanted to poke its head. So again, don't get stuck in the past, right? We can't change the past. Sorry, it sounded preachy. All right, let's get you some of these. Island Time Wellness cards regarding your spread for December, Gemini. Not enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. And then we have Boat. Receiving what you need. Progression. Arriving. Moving on. Closure issues. Closure issues? Closure issues. I don't know. So, yeah. Just be aware of that lacking mindset. We are in Mercury retrograde. Things are going to seem a little rough. But but really it's a gift. Mercury retrograde is a gift for us to open up and slow down. We get, what's that word, triggered. But it's really just an opportunity for us to see if we're appreciating what we have. It really is the small things. And you could be not noticing the small things and only focusing on these big things, right? It's only some of you. This regret and grief feels like a time crunch, like you feel you're putting some pressure on yourself. But really it's like if you go with the flow of water, if you go with that flow and you stop fighting the current, it's like you realize you're being brought exactly where you need to be into the things that you need. As long as you slowly move forward, the universe will provide. Absolutely. Twin flames, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other. So you could be in a twin flame dynamic where potentially there's a push and pull vibe. There's a chaser, there's a runner. It also could go internal, the masculine and the feminine self, right? So I don't believe that we're truly ready for our twin flame until we actually can absolve ourselves of any clashings that's happening on the inside and recognizing what we can give, what we take, how to receive. And by receiving, that means the lessons, right? Instead of battling it and saying, why me? What else we got here? But it's a yin and yang energy. And for this, I feel like there's a lot of trust involved. So it's kind of like instead of forcing that to happen, you just kind of have to go with it. But you also have to stand by yourself, stand by your own feelings instead of this idea of what it could be. The Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Girl with the snake at the bottom, empath and narcissistic paradigm. We are people who believe in this twin flame structure tend to actually, I think, be more vulnerable because they're more open to that deeper connection. They're vulnerable to people who take advantage of that dreamy side, right? It looks like somebody from the past might come through, and you're just going to shut it down. It's either a not yet or not today. So good for you if that's you. If you have to do what you need to do for you, and I am all about that. I'm going to get you some letters for December. S. E. Oh, that's actually a 3. Sorry. This is an S though. S-S-N-P-A. Spanish. Pans. Spans. Yeah, so this could have to do with lifespans, lifetimes, broadening your horizons, right? understanding that everything's kind of on a spectrum. You can either be a little bit too much of this, a little bit too much of that. But you generally, all this stuff lately, all this conflict is on a spectrum, and it's how intolerant or tolerant you are. All right. 3 years. Span of 3 years or less. Or greater. Sorry. Less than or greater than 3. Less than 3. Oh my God. Sorry. Greater than 3 years. So for the time frame we're looking at, this could be somebody who's been around for 3 years. A pattern of 3 years. Something you've seen 3 years ago. Or you're on the precipice of a new 3-year pattern. Thinking about how you've handled things, how you've changed. So these are your letters. Thank you so much for stopping by, for hanging out with Maslow Tarot. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It was an honor hanging out with you. Thank you for letting me read. I hope you have a good one, and I hope you have a wonderful December.